A.K. Ranga, working with Tata Teleservices, and we provide comprehensive IT solutions to the enterprise business. And I'm going to talk about, this will be the shortest presentation since morning, and I'm going to talk about digital disruption. So may I know from the audience, what do you mean by digital disruption? Any views or any opinions on digital disruption? So just to make your task more easier, any development in the technology which affects your value proposition of goods and services to the customer, it is called digital disruption. And we as Tata have been doing two big symposium. It's a series of conferences which we do with the customers, and this is the topic which we have picked up for this year. So it is a digital disruption. Now whether it is beneficial, whether it is against, so we would learn about this. And I would also talk about how disruptive is the evolution of connected transport system. We have also been into vehicle tracking solutions. The only thing constant over the ages has been change, which we have been learning, and the next big change has been the disruption. So what I mean is about the digital disruption which we have been witnessing. Every day morning when I get up and when I come down, what I see is earlier I used to see the flower vendors, I used to see the newspapers, but what I see is the e-commerce platform people or the e-commerce vendors coming for delivery right in the morning. So that is what we have, disruption, and digital disruption has been affecting our lives on an ongoing and daily basis. Leading industries have fallen. How many of us use traveler's check nowadays? Most of us, I believe, have been on ATM and credit cards. So these are a couple of examples of digital disruption. Old market leaders have given way to the new, and this is what we have been talking about. Although we have been at the nascent stage of automobile, of connected car, but we see a future. For example, Amazon couple of years back or Facebook couple of years back was nowhere till the time it made a big bang across the world. We have analog industries surrendered to digitalization. So since we had camera rolls, the kind of photographs which we used to click and the kind of photographs which we click nowadays, in fact every individual sitting in this room would have been clicking at least 10-15 thanks to selfie business or the selfie photographs or the quality of cameras what we have. One more example, we have been discussing about iPhone. So iPhone has always been a phone. We have been talking about it as a gadget. iPhone is the one who had converged the technology of mobile, converged the technology of music, and converged the technology of camera. And it has revolutionized the telecom industry or the worldwide handset business what we have. So that is kind of digital disruption what we have been experiencing. So imagine the camera rolls till 2000, the photographs which used to get clicked, and the digital photographs which are getting clicked now since 2011. What are the business models have been redefined? We had blockbusters and now we have Netflix. So this American multinational have been providing video content on demand. Disruption has touched our daily lives as well, and same would be the connected cars in the near future. From carrying 12 to 20 songs, we now carry thousands of songs in our pocket. News is no longer a day old. For example, I could see our panelists uploading their videos or photos on the Facebook, and by now they would have got around hundreds of likes as well and comments as well. So earlier we used to wait for the news to have come or happen on the next day. So news is no longer an old day. Forget a camera, we actually carry the world in our pocket, and that is how we term our mobile phones as gadgets nowadays. We used to call it mobile phone when we had started our career or when we talked to our phone for the first time, but we call it as a gadget because we transact, we do business, we do shopping, we do commercial transactions. Nowadays we make payments to the taxi or the rickshaw or the automobiles as well, and we have seen Zoom cars also exploding in the country. The digital wave has engulfed us. So Uber, can anyone answer whether Uber is a technology company or it's a taxi company? Yeah, that's right. So I think Sanjay should gift her as well. So it's a technology company, and the way they have come up, the way they have transformed the industry, the way they have changed the face of taxi or private owners, I think that is enormous, and we all have been highly dependent on this mode of transport in the recent past. We have Facebook, the world's most popular media company. They create no content. Alibaba, the world's most valuable retailers, and they have no inventory which they stock. and Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider. And I'm sure most of us, the stalwarts of the industry, would have experienced all this. So what does digital mean to us? Is it going virtual? Is it going mobile? Or is it going social? So I think it's a combination of all three of this. And as we rightly said, we have been talking about big data, so data never sleeps. I have been interacting with one of the digital market here, and I thought digital marketing is much more easier as compared to a marketing which is one-to-one or person-to-person or B2C or B2B. But the digital marketer have been having sleepless nights because they get response from the customers 24/7. They have to be alert, they have to respond, they have to be attentive to them as well. And this is one biggest revolution which also happening, and this would something which also would help in our connected car industry. So what I mean is the number of people connecting to internet, to smartphone, mobile phones have been ever increasing, and I'm sure most of us, and mobile penetrations have been going to more than 99-100% in the country. So this is yet to explode, and this is mobile connectivity to IoT and the mobile solutions is the medium which will drive this business. Because unless you are connected, unless you have network, unless you have infrastructure, and this entire bandwagon which has been happening, whether it is e-commerce, whether it is connected cars, whether it is Google car, all need connectivity. So digital is also impacting the enterprise, it is impacting employees, it is employing the supply chain, and road transport has been one of the biggest impact making. We have been seeing the development in e-commerce, but one thing which has been of vital importance to the entire industry is the way the transport happens, the way the delivery happens. We also have been getting alerts on when the goods are dispatched, when the goods are delivered, when the goods are in transit. So that is the supply chain, and which would be the most crucial agenda of our discussion as well. Operations, management and customer. Customer of course is the heart of this entire change. The employees, the way we used to interact, the way we used to transact, the way we used to do our business and deliver our targets has completely changed. Most of the people have been on social media for promoting their business, for promoting their websites, for delivering their products. We have seen a remarkable change in the country in last couple of years. Video conferencing, since video conferencing, we have been able to achieve or deliver whatever we have without traveling, without wasting time in traveling. Cloud access to internet, most of the people have been into centralized cloud wherein they store their data, access real time, and make decisions which have been very relevant to the business, profitable, and increase their productivity. Scan and submit mails through apps. I'm sure most of us would have been witnessing this at our own enterprises. Leave and attendance, biometric apps, and HR apps. So these are a couple of apps which, as an employee, which we have been using and has been impacting our life on day-to-day basis. Supply chain operations. So we have sensor on shelves, mobile apps, real-time monitoring, staff and stock and detail. And this has been the most important discussion which has been happening, because unless you have transport, the entire setup of connected cars or of transport or of logistics would go haywire. And this has also been used in, we have been working on a couple of projects with government. So we have been working on buses, and we have been working on water tankers. Now water in Pune has become scarce in the recent past. So everybody wants to track, the corporation wants to track where this water has been going. Student safety or the school student safety has become utmost importance in last couple of years. So every parent is keen on knowing whether my child has reached or not. So we have expected time of alerts which has been launched by most of us in the city. So parents can know about the whereabouts of their students. Somebody in the panel talked about the milk tankers. So milk is also something which is scarce. So it is an abundance in rural, and the requirement has been in urban. So there has been always a challenge of the manhole getting opened or the flavor of the milk getting changed while it is moving from Pune to Bombay, or say from Kolhapur to Mumbai. So that is, we need to get into sensors, or we need to get into something which can deliver you the real-time data, which can be tracked and the quality can be monitored. And these are the applications in retail, whether it is distribution, warehousing, transport, manufacturing, raw material or procurement. The customer has, as we always say, has been the king around this. So he has been the one who has been influenced and and he's the one who has been making us, most of us, work around him, whether it is apps, whether it is technology, whether it is automobiles. And management is something which is also something which is affected because of this customer. So it is high time we work on real-time visibility. चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है, मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, गिरकर चढ़ना चढ़कर गिरना ना करता है, आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वाले की हार नहीं होती. So I wish you joy and success in personal and professional life. And since we have more of startups, so I thought I'll leave you with this thought. Thank you.